spirituality really does weird me out. The reason that I went to Tammy and the reason I went to a shaman was because I thought if there was anyone who could offer any kind of insight into a larger, more basal spiritual sentiment outside of any kind of specific language, be it religious or scientific, it would be someone who has dedicated her life to combining them. So I was just chasing a spiritual experience. I just wanted to have something.
So the illumination is a beautiful process. It is an energetic ceremony that we will do. And what happens in an illumination is that, you know, you and I have talked a little bit about you looking at what your patterns are that you want to shift.
Right.
So we kind of go, what is the thing that you want to change in your life? What is it that you keep coming up against in your patterns that you want to shift and change? So can I ask you, what's the pattern that you want to work with today?
I feel like I'm too lucky as a person. My family and my friends and the people around me in my life are the best people I know. There's no way I can earn that. I don't know how to, and I don't feel like I think it paralyzes me a lot of the time because I'm so afraid to fail, because I feel like if I do, then all of a sudden I've wasted all that I've been given, and I feel like, but as soon as I get so caught up in that, then I just don't do anything, and then I'm just wasting my time.
So it's that sit and spin.
It's a cycle, yeah.
It's a sit and spin. It
was so strange because I went into there thinking what I needed to do was open myself up to Tammy. I need to open myself up to all the language and the ceremony ritual things that I didn't understand and that was strange to me. But instead, she made me open myself up inwardly to myself, and she made me think about myself in a big way. And it was not at all what I went into this project for, but it's also the reason why it worked.
This is a bark that we use just to not only cleanse the space, Joe, but to bring the intention to ceremony. So what will happen during this time is that we're going to go into each of the energy centers in your body. Okay? We're going to open those up, and we're going to see where those patterns have lodged in those energy centers. Okay. And we're going to shift them. And then what I do is I'll open up each one of your chakras. Your chakras are, like I said, they're energy centers in your body. You have a root chakra, second, third, heart chakra, your throat, your third eye, and then your crown. We open those up, and then we work with your breath.
So there's a lot of just sensory things happening that were very strange, especially with my eyes closed, you know, to have just be sitting there focusing on my breathing, and then all of a sudden she's holding this bowl over my head, and it's like reverberating. I never knew really what was going to happen next, and I knew that I just had to keep focusing on my breathing and to follow the kind of instructions that she was giving me. I'd put all this work into opening myself up for this moment, and I wasn't going to just sit there and criticize and judge all the things that she was doing. I was going to try and make it be that for me.
We get it? Good.
But throughout all of that being out of my element and all this sensory strangeness, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about these thought patterns, and I'm like, and in this one moment, it's like my brain was been primed to come to some kind of conclusion about this. There needed to be some kind of impasse.
So that's what I did, is I extracted an energy that was not yours.
I appreciate that.
I guess so. I was like, what the hell?
Open a window.
It's in a crystal, I'll let it go later.
I definitely think that it would be easy for people to see someone who's designed their own spiritual worldview as maybe just some kind of crazy person. But, I mean, again, I think what validates a person's worldview to me is what they do with it.
and you were able to touch a place within yourself that was vulnerable, and you were able to touch a place and share it with me. And this is what I think the base of a true spiritual being is. I think that we all long for a connection. That is the common thread through all of it that we're longing for. And we know that that's not outside of ourselves. We know that's right here in a heartfelt connection between us.
Coming out of that has made me commit. So now when I think in my head, and I start criticizing myself, and I start getting down on myself, I can just kill those thoughts. But where I wouldn't before, because I felt like I deserved those thoughts, and I felt like I deserved to be criticized because I'm not perfect, and if I'm not perfect, I'm not good enough for the things I have in my life. I just started to realize that, life isn't fair. I guess I have been given a lot of things that make me a very lucky person, and I will always appreciate that. But unless I can possess myself and be proud of myself and be empowered, then I will waste what's been given to me. If there's anything I know about spirituality at this point, it is that I know nothing.